Premier Doug Ford spent most of his morning here in Burlington. His first stop was to address Halton's 4 chambers of commerce, where the carbon tax was a key point of discussion.
It does nothing for the environment, nothing at all. We have a comprehensive environmental plan that we're hitting our reductions. We're leading the country, actually. The Paris Agreement, we had to hit 30% reductions in emissions. We're leading the country at 22%, and we have 11 years to go without a carbon tax.
The Premier mentioned how the federal carbon tax would hurt small businesses in addition to residents in the province. And Oakville Chamber of Commerce President REDDEN says that these decisions need to be made with businesses in mind.
The carbon tax is certainly something our members have brought up with us. The climate is changing. We're seeing evidence of that, but it's important that any implementation government makes to make doing business in Ontario more expensive, small business are at the table because those are the folks that it's going to impact the most. So it is important that small business are consulted in these conversations at both the provincial and federal level, and we hope that we're continue to engage and continue to be part of any solution going forward.
Creating an environment for more jobs also came up in the Premier's speech, which was well received by Regional Chair Gary CARR.
So what I was really impressed with is the fact that the Premier now is talking about the jobs. That's a big focus for us in Halton, because we realize people want to live and work in the same region. And so job creation is something that we put a great deal of effort into in Halton region, and we're so glad to hear the Premier thinks along those same lines.
Shortly after wrapping up his speech with a Q&A, Premier Ford and many other delegates at the breakfast made their way next door to the Courtyard by Marriott Hotel for its grand opening.
I'm proud of our province's hospitality and tourism industry, including its most important contributions to Ontario's economy. It generates jobs, it encourages visitors spending their money here, which is great for Burlington, and helps define Ontario as a must-see destination for residents and travelers alike.
Burlington Hotels Group partner DOMENIC FUDA says the Open for Business pathway that Premier Ford is paving for the province is welcomed with open arms for businesses like his to thrive.
His philosophy towards business has been really something great for the development industry, and I mentioned in my speech this morning about trying to remove some of the red tape so that we can take the capital and jobs that are sitting on the sidelines and bring them to market much sooner. So our hope is that going forward and next opportunities that Premier Doug Ford's policies will help us in the development industry bring jobs and prosperity to Ontario families.
For Halton News, I'm Natalie Stoberman.